What's up and welcome to the Sam Dracula channel, Charlotte Hornets fan channel. My name is Sam and we have an answer about what the Hornets will do this offseason with Malik Monk and Devonte Graham. They are letting Malik Monk walk. He's an unrestricted free agent this summer. Unbelievable. Unbelievable that Malik Monk, a player of that caliber, is going to leave this team most likely for nothing. On the other side of things, they did extend a qualifying offer to Devonte Graham, so he'll be a restricted free agent as expected. But even with that comes with a little uncertainty. We don't really know how, Devonte can get a crazy offer sheet from a different team and the Hornets will still be faced with a tough decision and he may still leave for nothing. But we know for sure that Malik Monk won't likely be part of this team next year. I think for all intents and purposes, he's out of here. Which is a real shame. I love Malik Monk. His energy off the bench, his athleticism, his fearless shooting ability is really hard to find. So wherever he lands, I'm confident he'll excel in a very big way. And I'm, as a Hornets fan, I'm kind of concerned about that coming back to bite this franchise. If not in the short term, definitely in the long term, because I think he's only going to continue to get better. He's had a really rough time, Malik Monk, ups and downs lately, last 2 seasons. Looking back to his suspension 2 seasons ago, the COVID year, a lot of stuff going on with him. And even this past season, just imbalance in play time for him, never really getting a chance to really get his feet under him. So I don't think the league has seen what Malik Monk has to offer, just flashes of it in short bursts. And he seems to be a guy who can compete on a really good team. So, if he can't be here, I hope he lands with one of a top half team, like a top 4 team in the Eastern or Western Conference, because he deserves that. He really does. So I saw this first from Rod Boone. He says, the Hornets are not extending a qualifying offer to Malik Monk, making him an unrestricted free agent per league sources. Monk's time with Charlotte is done. Crazy to see it. It's something I think we could kind of envision as a possibility, but seeing it in print is kind of crazy. Knowing what we know now, James Bookknight wearing the number 5, Malik Monk's number, that he was gonna theoretically switch to give up the number 1 for LaMelo Ball. Going to Bookknight here makes more sense. The Hornets drafting Bookknight at 11 makes more sense now. The LiAngelo Ball, his invitation to the Summer League makes more sense now, looking back at it. So I got to imagine, and I want to give the front office credit in a lot of different ways, but I hope they did their best to find a trade partner with Malik at some stage during this process, because losing him potentially for nothing is a bummer, really a bummer. It's already bad enough losing his ability, but then not getting anything back in return could be an L. It's also a little weird because if you think about it, Malik was 11th overall pick in 2017, and Bookknight is the 11th overall pick. And for all intents and purposes, seems like Bookknight will be replacing Malik Monk in the rotation. The Hornets made their stance pretty clear on who they would prefer between the two, Devonte and Malik Monk, given the current cap situation. Can't pay everybody. There's gonna be casualties along the way. It's part of the business. It's a business at the end of the day, right? But they chose Devonte. So I look at that as, again, going back to the Bookknight draft pick. Bookknight isn't an on-ball playmaker. Devonte is. Having him with LaMelo, Terry, and Bookknight as the backcourt with LiAngelo, maybe with the Martin twins filling in there, with Grant Riller, with Nate Darling, whoever, maybe some new free agents in the mix. That looks to be the backcourt going into this next year. I'm not happy about losing Malik Monk, but that grouping of guards sounds pretty good. And if remains healthy, it could be a pretty formidable backcourt with Devonte coming back, if he does come back, because again, the restricted free agency is very tricky. Who knows? Someone can blow the Hornets away in the offer sheet department and the Hornets can't match, and he goes for nothing as well. Maybe there's a sign and trade possibility there as well. I don't know. It is very weird, but we're here. Let's face it. So I assume by not offering a qualifying offer to Malik, it means they're willing to match anything that comes in for Devonte. So if he leaves now, that'd be an extra L on top of losing Monk for nothing potentially. So this is very strange. What do you think? What do you think about the guard situation going into next year? What do you think about this team without Malik Monk? What do you think about Devonte being a restricted free agent with a solid chance of returning here? Like it's in the Hornets' favor in that respect, right? It's weird too because all season long, when Malik Monk wasn't really playing as often as we'd like, I would say to myself and on stream that this team isn't good enough to not play Malik Monk more. Like if this team was stacked and had talent up and down the roster, Malik Monk couldn't find his footing in the rotation. Fair play, but that's not the case. The Hornets needed Malik Monk the entire season, and he's not going to be around. And Bookknight, as a rookie, the pressure's on now. I have a ton of confidence in Bookknight. I like his game. I was very happy the Hornets drafted him. So Devonte will be the third guard, and Bookknight, I assume, would be the fourth guard in their rotation. Is that too much for a rookie to handle? I don't think so. But you know, when those games aren't clicking like they should, and where the Hornets are a little stagnant, it was really useful to turn to Malik Monk to help shape things, especially when we're playing the Miami Heat. So as I'm recording this, free agency starts tomorrow at 6 p.m., I think. It is interesting, to say the least, about what the Hornets will do here. And thinking now, knowing now that Malik Monk won't be a Hornet next year, I am happy for whatever fan base gets to watch him play, because Malik Monk is fantastic. If you're new around here, I've named my dog after Malik Monk. Like, there's a video on that on the channel. Just search Malik Monk, Sam Dracula, you'll see it. It's a little awkward now. That is a little awkward. The name is staying on the tag, but it's a little awkward now. But what do you think? What do you think about Malik Monk leaving? What do you think about the possibility of Devonte staying now? What more moves do you want to see from the Hornets the rest of the offseason as they fill out the roster? Because, bruh, Malik Monk being gone is nuts. Absolutely nuts. Thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate it. Make sure to subscribe, hit that like button. And if you want to share any your favorite Malik Monk Charlotte memories, because there's a ton. He's done so many, there's been so many excellent highlights and moments from Malik Monk's time here. Bruh, it's going to be so weird to see him not with the Hornets next year. But hey, it is what it is. Part of the game is what it is. Thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate it. Take care and peace.